Hey y'all, it's your girl Royce Williams stopping in with another vlog update. So, I'm actually starting to like talking to y'all in the car. I don't know if this is going to be my thing as far as like when I make these vlog updates is going to be as I head somewhere, because I feel like I get the best content as I'm heading somewhere because I don't have a lot of time to overthink anything. And so I can just get it out and say how I want to say it. I'm not staring at the camera being like subconscious of whatever it is that's going on in the camera. You know, sometimes you're looking at yourself like, oh, why is my head so big? Why is my lips, that way? Like, you start to like just overthink things. And so I actually like having the conversations in the car. But that's beside this point. That's not why I'm here. Also, additional side note is don't worry about my scarf. I know it doesn't match up with what I have on, but I like the authenticity of me coming to you guys and just being who I am. That is my goal in 2025, is being authentically me, unapologetically me. And so this is who I am. I'm on the way to an event, a ribbon cutting for a local bank here, and I'm excited. This is my first ribbon cutting event that I'm attending, and this is part of me stepping outside and just networking, meeting more people, and making more connections, valuable connections. And so I am supporting this new bank in their ribbon cutting, and I'm excited to see what it's all about. But yeah, I have the scarf on because I just, put some mousse in my hair, and so we need to lay it down real quick before we get there. So yeah, anybody who's black, maybe you don't have to be black. Maybe you just need to be a woman who put gel in her hair or some type of holding material, whatever you want to call it, right before you leave. And I know I'm rambling, y'all, but I'll get to the point. Anyway, the point is I'm coming back to y'all with an update. So earlier this week, I told y'all that I had a meeting with a local college here, and I had presented to them my Clear to Close Homeownership Academy and Financial Literacy course. And so the meeting went well. I haven't heard back from them on whether or not they're going to pick up my program for their college, but I actually did get a call from one of the individuals that I had the meeting with, and she presented a new offer for me. So basically what happened is she had one of her, connections that she knew of who reached out to her saying, hey, we're applying for this grant, and we want to know if you know anyone who can be a vendor for this grant that we're applying for that could teach financial literacy. And of course, they said I did such a great job on my presentation. She, thought of me as a person that would be able to do this. And so this is huge. It's huge. Essentially, I haven't met with the lady who will be putting on the event or applying for I haven't met with the lady yet that will be applying for the grant. However, I'm waiting to get more information, but the information that was presented to me was this is a Head Start program, and I will be teaching financial literacy courses to the parents of the kids that are in this program. And it will have a home ownership aspect because there's a lot of the parents who, of course, you can't talk about financial literacy without talking about real estate, right? So I am so excited. Look at God opening doors. Like, all I had to do was just, walk through it, and God would, see the rest of it through. And I don't even care. I'm sharing this because, sometimes I don't think people share enough about the possibilities, because I know me sharing this, it may or may not happen, but I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful that finally my name is being spoken in rooms without me even having to be there. So that means that I am on the right track. I'm just grateful to be knowing that God is assisting me, and I'm finally in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing, because doors are just opening. And God, I'm just so thankful for the opportunity to even be able to present. I was just so excited about that. And then now I have this other opportunity, and what I'm hearing is this opportunity with the Head Start program would be a paid opportunity, y'all. Not saying the other opportunity wasn't, but my services as far as teaching was more free. The real money that was coming from that was essentially going to be me selling my books. And so this opportunity, I probably could be able to sell my books and sell my time in teaching the parents about this program. So God, I thank you. God, I think it's all him. It's all him, because there's nothing different about me except for my willingness to trust God even during the hard times and to give all the glory. And when I say all the glory, it's not to say that I always thought it was all me whenever anything good happened to me, but I was very confident in my own abilities. And now I am recognizing and acknowledging that I'm nobody without God. If God said you ain't gonna do it, you ain't gonna do it. And case in point, how I know this is true is I have a listing right now, and people don't share this type of stuff. People always want to show you the good glamorous side of success. They don't show you the struggles and everything that they went through to get to this point. But that's why I think it's really important for me to do this vlog, because doing this vlog is me showing you the road to 100K months, like six figure months, because it's not easy, y'all. I ain't making nowhere near six figures a month, and not every year I hit six figures. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it real. And so I am working my butt off to make the right changes. My church pastor, Pastor Jomo, shout out, Love First Christian Church here in Tampa, he always says this saying, and it's my favorite saying. The first time I heard it, I was like, oh my God, I love that. He says, if you always do what you always done, you'll always get what you always got. Change begins with you. Wait, no, that's not it. Pastor Jomo always say, if you want something different, you got to do something different. If you always do what you always done, you'll always get what you always got. Change begins with you. And that held deep, because it always makes me think, and he says that every day on his I won't call it a podcast, but he has like a series that he does. He has a prayer morning, and then he also writes a new book every year, and then he teaches from the book. But his book teaches you essentially, and he says that phrase or that saying every day. It's just like, how dare you ask for something different if you keep doing the same things? You have to change. You have to do something different to get something different. And so I am definitely taking heed of that. And, I've always been the type that will be willing to, go hard, do this, do that. But it always had limits. It was like, okay, I'll do this, but I'm definitely not going to do what really frightens me, which is get in front of people or talk to people or talk about my skills or brag about who I am, because that's what it really takes. It really takes confidence in yourself to be able to boldly go in front of people and tell them what you have to offer, and not just tell them what you have to offer. This person almost tried to hit me. Merging. Jesus. Thank you, Father, for protecting me. Anyway, it takes a lot of boldness and trust in God for you to be able to go and not only just tell people what you are worth, as far as what you have to offer, but also demand your worth. Meaning, it's hard to even ask for what you really want. Like, okay, you want, $10,000 for the speaking engagement, but you tell them, oh, I'll do it for $1,000. That's not you trusting God and trusting in your own abilities or having confidence in yourself. And so I'm learning to have confidence in what I bring. Am I perfect? No. Do I have a lot to work on? Yes. I'm definitely going to work on teaching more, because once these deals start coming through, Royce, your girl's going to be ready. And so, I need to make sure that I hone in on my speaking skills and hone in on my presentations so that it flows like water. But one of the things I always do too, and I feel like it helps, is I always, before I say I have any meeting, any presentation, anything, I say, God, do your will, speak through me, give me the strength and the discernment and the wisdom and the flow to speak your words in a way that people will understand. And God always see me through it. He always see me through it. He just take care of me. And a lot of times, and even you probably noticed, even in this video alone, in the beginning, I was all over the place. And then as I get to talking more and start just getting out of my head and trusting God to just guide me, I'm able to flow a lot better. Like, I'm not just worried about all the wrong things, because I think one of the things I'm worried about is, oh, I want to make sure it's organized properly. I want to say things in the right order. I don't want to be rambling, because it's funny. I used to have a roommate when I went to Howard that one semester, y'all. That one semester I told y'all about. Yeah, I had a roommate, and she was from Pittsburgh. Very nice girl. And she always said, that I would ramble. And it's funny because we had this thing that anytime I started rambling, she would tell me, and the way she would tell me is like, Royce, you're rambling. And it stuck with me. And I try my hardest not to ramble, y'all. And I know I'm probably rambling now, telling y'all that story about me rambling, but that's me. And I'm going to be me, and that's all I can be. God made me who I am, and he's molded me into the person that, he's designed me to be. And when I die on this earth, I just want to make sure that I fulfill God's purpose. And I wasn't too afraid, because I see too many people just say God did it for them and all they had to do was trust. And that's what I'm doing. Because life right now is tough, but I am taking time to appreciate the small wins. Even the wins where it's like you would think, okay, why are you happy about that? I'm happy because guess what? Today, we transparent, right? Today, I had to get an extension on a payment for one of my credit cards, because it's just like, life been life in. These deals ain't rolling in as often as they should, or I would like them to. And so, your girl needs some help. And so I said, the next time these people call me, this credit card company call me, I'm going to talk to them. I'm not going to avoid it, because avoiding just makes things worse. So I talked to the people. Guess what? They gave me an extension for last month, and I don't have to pay this month. Tell the Lord thank you. Tell the Lord thank you. A win is a win. And I'm grateful. I am so grateful. I really feel like God is doing his suddenly in my life this year, and I see it happening, and despite the many pitfalls that I've had over the last few years, I would say, and more recently, the last 6 months, I've been just holding still and saying, you know what? God just molded me. I've been thankful for all of the challenges that he's put in front of me too, because those things, the challenges that you experience are the challenges that make you a better person. Like, I'm learning, I'm growing from these different challenges. You know what I'm learning? I'm learning how to better steward my money. I'm learning how to say no. God had to make me uncomfortable, because I will tell you, I was comfortable. Was I, making, super big bucks? No. Was I making millions? No. But I was comfortable with the money that I was making before. But guess what? That money wasn't flowing like it was. And God made me uncomfortable to, guess what? I had to do something different if I wanted something different. And that included me facing my biggest fears, which is public speaking and you know what is another fear? Another fear is being vulnerable, being exposed. Like, I'm a very private person, and me sitting here on this thing, and I haven't posted this yet, and I'll be transparent. This is my 3rd video that I've recorded, but I have yet to post any of these videos yet, and I plan to. I had to get the strength to post them, but I plan to. But me being transparent and sitting here telling you guys this story alone is just mind-blowing. It's a big transition from the person that I thought I wanted to be. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about everything. And I'm just happy to just be able to just be me. Like, I no longer care about what people think. Because, one of the things I was worried about too is being so transparent. When you tell people your business, like, that opens you up for a lot of criticism, a lot of judgment, a lot of unwarranted advice. And people, it's just like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. You could be rescuing puppies, and people will be like, well, why did you carry the puppy that way? You hurt the puppy. Like, you snatched the puppy out of a burning building, but you could have held it closer to... I rescued the puppy, okay? And I don't want people having all of those comments, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't want to know what people have to say. I'm one of them people is if you don't like what you see, just keep scrolling. You ain't got to comment on everything. So knowing that me putting my business out there and being fully transparent that I am going to be opening myself up to a lot of criticism is scary. But I'm willing to do it in a sense that I want to be an inspiration for other people. I want to be the person that I didn't see. I want to see it from the beginning. I want people to tell me, show me how it is before I even get there. Because you have a lot of people, they'll do it and then they struggle in silence, but they'll show you the end result. And it's just like, well, how long did it take you to get there? Like, what did you have to do? Like, show me during the process. So I'm showing y'all during the process of me working my butt off to get where I want to be in life, because failure is not an option. My alma mater, my high school alma mater, shout out to Northwestern Bulls, Northwestern High School in Miami-Dade County. But yeah, that was our thing. Failure is not an option, right there on the walls. And so for me, I got to do what I got to do. I got 2 young kids who are dependent on me, and ain't no time to be shy, and you shouldn't be shy either. You know you got something good. Like, talk yourself up, do what scares you, get uncomfortable, and just do it anyway. You'll be surprised, like, the feedback you get. And even if it doesn't happen the way that you want it to, the fact that you were brave enough to just do it is a step in the right direction, because guess what, you don't learn anything from doing nothing. So even if that call or that meeting didn't go as planned, guess what, you know what to do next time. And I guarantee you, when I had that meeting with the school, they asked me some questions. I didn't know all them answers. But you know what? I was like, okay, noted. So the next time I pitch another school, I have experience in what they asked for. I'll be more prepared. And that's what you need when you're trying to do something different in life. You can't be afraid to fall. And I'm no longer afraid to fall. I'm no longer afraid of judgment. I'm no longer afraid. I'm like, y'all, none of y'all ain't paying my bills, and that's how you need to look at it. These people got all this mouth, and a lot of them too probably won't even say nothing to your face. You'll be standing right in front of them, and they'll be on their phone. Look at this, look at this. They won't say it to your face, so why do you even care? Bump them. Because them the people who wouldn't even be willing to do what you're willing to do. So I'll get off my little thing, but I just wanted to let y'all know I'm excited, man. Like, opportunities are in another thing too, and I'll say this and I'll let y'all go. Another thing too is I'm in this government contracting community with Tiffany, and this, for one, this is like the best government like program that I've ever been attached to. Like, a lot of times you go on Instagram, you got all these people teaching courses, and their courses ain't worth a damn. But this one is worth the money. She go hard, and she really cares about the people who are in her community. She really wants to help you. She wants to see you succeed. She is doing God's work for sure. But I went into her DMs, like in the group, and I sent her a message, and she's so responsive. Like, it's amazing. It's hundreds of girls in this group, and she's just amazing. But business owners, so it's not just girls, it's men too, but mostly women. But anyway, I told her about it. She's like giving me tips. She's hyping me up. She's like, yeah, man, that ain't no government contract, but you pitched it. You use the tools you learn by researching the company and making sure that you cater to their needs and do this and do that. And she's hyping me up, and she's giving me suggestions. Okay, now go ahead and pitch your... Oh my gosh, that is such a blessing. And I'm just grateful. So if you are looking to do something different, and even if you don't know where to start, get you a mentor. It may cost you a little bit of money, but it's worth it, because you get to skip steps. You don't have to lose so much money making mistakes, and you can actually learn and get a little bit further when you do have these meetings, if that makes sense. So you're going to make mistakes regardless, so it's unavoidable. However, a lot of times too, we're our worst critics. And I know I was, because there was times during that call earlier this week, I was like, dang, I shouldn't have said that. I should organize it this way. But the people who was on the call with me didn't see that. So yeah, I would just say, get you a mentor, someone you trust that's going to, really help you get to reach your goals. And, it's okay to pivot if you need to pivot, because, I didn't apply for any government contract. I still do. I still plan to. But I said, you know what, instead of just sitting here with my sitting on my hands, let me try something, a different angle, because I wasn't seeing the government contracting RFPs that I really wanted to apply for. And then the ones that I was like, okay, yeah, I can sell properties for the government. Those you have to be a broker, which I don't know why I'm not a broker yet. Actually, I do know why I'm not a broker yet. I don't want the responsibility of managing other people and being responsible for them. So I was like, I'll just be an agent. But I may actually get my own brokerage. Like, my life is literally taking different turns and ways that I never even knew were possible. And so I actually may go ahead and get my broker's license. But a lot of those RFPs was saying you already had to be a broker in order to even be able to apply. So I was like, you know what? Let me go and let me pitch the programs that I'm trying to do. Let me pitch what I'm trying. And I'll be doggone, God just done poosh, opened my brain to things that I never even thought about. And now this company Head Start that's applying for a grant, that's like a contract. That is a contract. And I will be getting a contract with them, almost like a subcontractor position, and be able to, you know, still do what I was trying to do, just maybe not the lead. So it's just like, God be making things happen. All in all, I just want to say, keep going, keep pushing, keep taking steps in the right direction. Do it scared, do it unprepared. You want to get as prepared as possible. Like, y'all don't go out there just doing BS, because you just, you know, wasting your time and dirtying your face. However, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, was my proposal perfect? No. Was my presentation perfect? No. But people saw my drive, they saw my commitment, they saw my hard work, and that was enough. That was enough. I'll be able to tweak it as I go along, and that's all that matters. So thank you for tuning in. I'll be back with more updates as they come. But yeah, a win is a win.